On this edition of Cheap Gaming's Ninjas vs. Hunters. Which one will win? Which is a better game? Maybe they're both crap. Let's find out. Akane the Kunoichi by Harujenko Games. Same guys who gave us Amazing Princess Sarah, which if you saw my review, I absolutely love that game. Hard as nails, but it was a lot of fun. But then we look at this one, and this was an earlier title, so it's not nearly as refined as Sarah was, but still, it feels similar. So, what is it? Akane's Sensei Goro-sama or something like that's captured, okay? Or taken away, or maybe he just is escorted away by some hot chicks. I don't quite get what's going on here, but I'm going to nod and smile. And Akane's going after him with throwing knives. Okay. Almost seems like she wants to be the guy from Shinobi. But, whatever. At any rate, though, so it's going to be level after level of platforming. And the game suffers from control issues. Okay? The controls feel a little loose. It's like there's delays in responses at places, making it so you have to time everything in advance. And I'm playing this, by the way, with my Logitech 315, F315. So your standard, like, PlayStation 3 looking controller, or PS2, because it's got a cord, right? And for me, I just felt like the controls weren't as responsive as I really wanted, and so I had issues doing the platforming. Again, this is something that in Amazing Princess Sarah, they fixed it because that was a later game that felt much better. Akane just slides around a little bit, and when you get to the ice level, it's like you expect to be slip and sliding more, but somehow the ice level feels more responsive than the other levels. So, yeah, maybe what? I don't get it. So the thing about Akane is that for a base, this could have been like an old NES game. If this had come out like at the time with Ninja Gaiden and others, it would have felt like it was a copycat. And while you can do like triangle jumps and stuff on walls, it's like they force you to in some places, but other places, if you're not careful, you get stuck on the wall and your character's just like holding on. It's like, get away, get away, get away! And so I had issues with some of the jumping, some of the controls, some of the movement. Not that it was a bad game, because once you get used to it, which you should never really have to get used to a game, but hey, whatever. But once you get used to it, at that point in time, then you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I can play this game. It's not as much fun as Sarah was. And again, I'm comparing these because they're from the same company, and they follow very similar premises. It's almost like Sarah was Akane in princess format rather than Kunoichi format. Whatever. That they want to tell the same story over and over, that's fine, just so long as the gameplay is fun and gets better and better. So, I do like this game. It took some time to get used to. Bosses, by the way. The boss battles were actually kind of fun. That was my highlight of the game, trying to figure out how to beat these bosses. And the downside, I gotta say, the downside to the game mostly is that at some point they put you up against impossible odds. Impossible odds. And you'll see what I mean in this clip here, because it's like jumping. If you miss one of your jumps, you're screwed. There's no going back, and you're screwed. It's like the people who said, sometimes you just need a pit with a shark and two spike walls coming at you and all this other stuff, and laser-guided missiles and stuff. It's like, ah! So, Akane the Kunoichi, it is a hard game. It is still a fun game despite some of its control issues. I just wish they would go back and they would fix it. Oh, and it's got stupid trophies. Why are we collecting kimonos? What are these kimonos even for? It does nothing for you when you collect these except to say, oh, I've got the kimonos. Yay! So I don't get it, but hey, whatever. So Akane, I'm giving this one, despite everything that I complain about, I'm still giving this one a thumbs up. Maybe a sideways thumb on that one, because, listen, the game was good enough. It was good enough. However, the problem I have with it is that it felt like it should have been refined a little bit more before release. So, what are you going to do? I'll do the sideways thumb thing. Sideways. Not up, not down. It was okay. Worth the buck I paid for it? Sure. It's fun enough, right? But now let's take aim at a hunting game, right? This is The Hunter. And what do you do in The Hunter? Okay, let me ask it this way. Let me level with you. Are you a nature lover? Do you love long walks in the forest? Is nature your thing? If you love long walks through nature and you want a realistic hunting simulator where you can go out for hours and bag nothing, this is it. This is Nature Simulator. That's what this is. I played this game. This game is free, by the way. I played this game for a couple hours and I'm sitting there and I hated it. I hated this one. Every time you come across an animal, it's like, oh, you're not a high enough level. You don't have a proper license for that animal. You're screwed. Only to find that there's that one, like when you're starting out, that one white-tailed deer in the whole forest that you can shoot at, and everything else is all around you, and trying to hunt it down, track anything down, sucks. So I really hated this game. I want that hour, 2 hours of my life back. As a cheap game goes, if you're going to lead someone out into the woods, let them actually hunt. I mean, the surroundings and everything were okay. Okay for late PlayStation 2, maybe early PS3 graphics. Okay, so even from its standpoint of visuals, I mean, it was okay. The things it did right was getting the feeling of isolation in nature. The things it did wrong, I liked playing Deer Hunter. I like playing Deer Hunter 1, 2, 3, 4, 17, Deer Hunter by the years. I mean, I liked playing Deer Hunter because what that did is that didn't give you, it felt just enough like deer hunting, but it didn't like screw you over by saying, hey, you know, you don't have a tag for this deer. You needed a doe tag. You needed a buck tag. I mean, you could always get what you needed in a way that would allow you to play. This one is just one animal in a forest while everything else is running around you, and yet they advertise, hunt bears, hunt jaguars, hunt lions, and it's like, maybe not the bears and jaguars, but, you know, North American wildlife, you know? Hunt all these cool things, only to end up wandering in the woods to find that one that skips off, and sucks, 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 sucks. Thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. This game blew. I can't believe I spent so much time trying to hunt something that wasn't even there. This sucked. So in the war between hunting and ninjas, ninjas won, hunting nothing. The Hunter, it's a free game. They really need to do something to make it better, because this game just blows. Any rate, though, what do you think? What do you think? Any cheap or inexpensive games that you've been playing lately? Comments below as always, and we look forward to seeing you next time with another cheap games. Thanks for watching.